Hello, everyone. My name is Sam Alameh. I'm a published author. 3 books so far, and I want to share with you today something very personal. Something that took me 50 years to understand about myself, even while I was already writing about it every single day. My first book is called The Manual That Never Came. I work in IT, and I was diagnosed with autism about 4 years ago. But I had been really living without that diagnosis for almost 50 years. 50 years of moving through the world without a manual, without knowing why things felt the way they did, without language for my own experience. So I wrote one. I wrote my own documentation because nobody gave it to me. My second book, Manual, grew directly from that. If the first book is the framework, the architecture, Manual is what it feels like to live inside it. The human side, the tender side, the side that does not fit neatly into any category. And then there is this book. For over 20 of those years, I wrote every single day. Not always in a notebook. Sometimes on the scraps of paper, sometimes on my iPhone, sometimes in text messages that I sent to myself. Lately, I've been doing a lot of WhatsApp to myself. In the middle of the nights, early in the morning, anytime, because I had nowhere else to put what I was feeling. Small moments, small feelings, small observations. Things that maybe would not make sense to anyone else. Things that, I'll be honest, sometimes did not even make sense to me. But I kept writing because something in my heart, something in me needed to. There came a point when I could not end a night without it. I could not close my eyes without leaving something behind on paper, some trace of what I had felt that day. It did not matter if it was beautiful, it didn't matter if it was clear. What matters really, it just had to be out. That was part of my prayer. And I never lost a single word. Everything was saved. Everything was kept. Because somewhere deep inside me, I always believed there would come a day when I would go back to all of it and understand. And when that day came, I sat down, looked at everything I had gathered, and I found over 1,800 small ideas, 1,800 moments, 1,800 seeds planted in the dark in the middle of not knowing. That's what led me to Small Nights for Long Nights, because every one of us has nights, not just the hard ones, all kinds of nights. The same night can be cold and warm at once, hectic and silent, full of people, completely lonely. We move through them without always knowing what they are or what they are asking of us. I realized I had been naming my nights my whole life. I just hadn't been doing it consciously. So that's what this book does. It goes through the nights, it gives each one its own notes, its own small lights, not answers, just honest company, field notes written from the middle of not knowing, because that's exactly where they came from. I'm going to read one of these pages. You can open up any page and read. And if you are old like me, you might need your glasses as well. It's from the second night, and each night has a name. This is the wordless night. A book of small nights for the hours when the words have failed and what was said has not been understood. Aphorism 17. Choosing without rules is not freedom. It's gambling with one's own evening. The wider culture sells the rules free choice as liberty. Trust your gut, just decide, go with the flow. For some bodies in some rooms, this works. For other bodies in other rooms, it's a wager whose stakes are paid in fatigue. The unrules choice is a coin flip. The flip costs nothing if the consequences are small. If the consequences are large, the flip costs the rest of the day because the gut has not, in fact, been trained on the input the room is presenting. The rule written down is not a constraint. It's the substitute for the gut that other bodies enjoy by default. To call the rule rigid is to call the gut natural and forget that the gut is, and everyone, a trained instrument. I really thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And if you stayed with me this long, that means something to me. It really does. Please click on the link below. Get yourself a copy of the book. It won't cost more than a cup of coffee or a quiet breakfast, but I promise you, it will stay with you for longer. Buy it for yourself, buy it for someone you love, and buy it for the person in your life who feels everything deeply and has never quite found the words for it. And when you read it, please write a review. Tell me what it meant to you and what it did not. Either way, your voice matters. Thank you.